All right, trickster myths. Here we go. I'm going to make 2 videos. I hope to. Never done it, so maybe more than 2. I'm planning on making 2 videos. One video in which I read and make sure that we understand the myth. And then the second video, I will be working through the document with you. Remember, I'm not going to do this next time. So don't just watch the video and get the answers. Really focus on what I'm saying and what I'm doing so that you're learning the process for when you do it by yourself. Alright, so let's go ahead and read this trickster myth. The Great Spirit names the animal people. How Coyote came by his powers. From Morning Dove, Coyote Tales. This is a myth from 1933, and this, it was printed in a book in 1933. It was passed down from generation to generation, and it is a Native American myth. So here we go. The Great Spirit called for all his people together from all over the earth. There was to be a change. He would give names to people, and the animal world was to rule. The naming was to begin at the break of day, each one having the right to choose his or her name according to who came first to the Spirit's chief lodge. The Spirit chief would also give each one their duty to perform in the changed conditions. It was the night before the new world. Excitement was among the people. Each one desired a great name of note. All wished to be awake and first at the lodge of the Great Spirit Chief. Everyone wanted power to rule some tribe, some kingdom of the animal world. Coyote was a degraded nature, a vulgar type of life. He was an imitator of everything that he saw and heard. When he asked a question, when he asked for information, and it was given to him, he would always say, "I knew that before. I did not have to be told." That was Coyote's way. He was hated by all the people for his ways. No one liked him. He boasted too much about his wisdom, about everything. Coyote went among the anxious people, bragging to everyone how early he was going to rise, how he would be the first one at the Spirit Chief's lodge. He bragged of the great name he would choose. He said, "I will have 3 big names to select from. There is Grizzly Bear, who will be the ruler over all running 4-footed animals. Eagle, who will lead all the flying birds. Salmon, who will be chief over all the fish of every kind." Coyote's twin brother, who took the name of Fox, said to him, "Do not be too sure. Maybe no one will be given his choice of names. Maybe you will have to retain your own name, Coyote, because it is a degraded name. No one among the tribes will want to take it." Coyote went to his teepee in anger. He determined not to sleep that night. He would remain awake so as to be the first at the Spirit Chief's lodge for the name he wanted. Coyote's wife, afterwards named Mole, sat on her feet at the side of the doorway. She looked up at Coyote and said in a disappointed tone, "Have you no food for the children? They are starving. I can find no roots to dig." "Ugh, ha!" grunted Coyote sarcastically. He answered his wife, "I am no common person to be spoken in that fashion by a mere woman. Do you know that I am going to be a great chief at daybreak tomorrow? I shall be Grizzly Bear. I will devour my enemies with ease. I will take other men's wives. I will need you no longer. You are growing too old, too ugly to be the wife of a great warrior, of a big chief as I will be." Coyote ordered his wife to gather plenty of wood for the teepee fire, where he was going to sit without sleep all night. Half of the night passed. Coyote grew sleepy. His eyes would close, however hard he tried to keep them open. Then he thought what to do. He took 2 small sticks and braced his eyelids apart. He must not sleep. But before Coyote knew it, he was fast asleep. He was awakened by his wife, Mole, when she returned from the Spirit Chief's lodge, where the sun was high in the morning sky. Coyote jumped up from where he lay. He hurried to the lodge of the chief spirit. Nobody was there, and Coyote thought he was first. He went into the lodge and spoke, "I am going to be Grizzly Bear." The chief answered, "Grizzly Bear was taken at daybreak." Coyote said, "Then I shall be called Eagle." The chief answered Coyote, "Eagle has chosen his name. He flew away long ago." Coyote then said, "I think I will be called Salmon." The chief informed Coyote, "Salmon has already been taken. All the names have been used except your own, Coyote. No one wished to steal your name from you." Poor Coyote's knees grew weak. He sat down by the fire in that great teepee. The heart of the spirit chief was touched when he saw the lowered head of Coyote, the mischief maker. After a silence, the chief spoke. "You are Coyote. You are hated among all the tribes, among all the people. I have chosen you from among all others to make you sleep, to go to the land of dream visions. I make a purpose for you, a big work for you to do before another change comes to the people. You are to be the father for all the tribes, for all the new kind of people who are to come. Because you are so hated, degraded, and despised, you will be known as the trick person. You will have power to change yourself into anything, any object you wish when in danger or distress. There are man-eating monsters on the earth who are destroying the people. The tribes cannot increase and grow as I wish. These monsters must be vanquished before the new people come. This is your work to do. I give you powers to kill these monsters. I have given your twin brother Fox power to help you, to restore you to life should you be killed. Your bones may be scattered, but if there is one hair left on your body, Fox can bring you back to life. Now go, despised Coyote. Begin the work laid out for your trail. Do good for the benefit of all your people." Thus, Coyote of the animal people was sent about the earth to fight and destroy the people-devouring monsters, to prepare the land for the coming of new people, the Indians. Coyote's eyes grew slant from the effects of the sticks when he braced them open that night, waiting for the dawn of the name-giving day. From this, the Indians have inherited their slightly slant eyes as descendants from Coyote. So let's talk about this myth. It's both. It's a trickster myth and it's a creation myth. Why is it a creation myth? It's a creation myth because it was creating new people. It's the idea that these animals were going to be in charge of humans and they were going to guide their human tribe. And so they had to make sure that these animals were created with the right mindset to guide their human tribe. It's also a creation myth because the first tricksters was created. Coyote, the trickster, created. But more importantly, it's a trickster myth because of Coyote's devious way. Instead of trying to do things honestly and just, wake himself up and get there and get in line and pick his name, he wanted to be tricky. He wanted to keep himself awake. He wanted to trick everybody else so that he can kind of sneak in and get there first and steal Grizzly Bear's name, steal Eagle's name, steal Salmon's name, so that he wouldn't have his crappy name of Coyote. So it's a trickster myth because he is a trickster who tried to play a trick, but he failed in the end. So that's the myth. And the next video will be you or me helping you fill out the myth analysis worksheet.